Sports ball.
Sports ball. Get pumped up, man. Come on. Here we go.
Yeah, apparently there's a
Who's
big sports ball match.
Is there a
or
big
something.
sports ball thing happening? I don't know.
Punch me in the face, Matt. Slap me. Now. Go.
Fail.
Totally.
I didn't say poke me in the eye. Oh, shit, we're going. Hey, everybody, it's Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for tuning in to Sunday Fun Day, live at 5. Sunday happy hour. We're in the shop. We have a whole bunch of people in the shop today. Monkey is with us. He hasn't been here for a long time. And Lance and Grace and Joe and Mrs. Toast is here. And, of course, to my right, your left is Chris. And he is so amped up because yesterday was Chris's 50th birthday party at Casa Bonita. Casa Bonita. How much fun? Tell everybody how much fun you had at Casa Bonita.
It was the 45th anniversary of the first time I went.
Awesome. You went on your birthday when you were 5?
No. It was somebody else's
It's a
birthday.
more fun story if that's what it was.
That's exactly what
yeah.
happened. Yeah, when I was 5, I went to Casa Bonita for my birthday, and I haven't been back since.
A lot of people wished you a happy birthday.
They did.
Some people even donated money to your Casa Bonita experience, which was very cool.
Yeah.
Joe did. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I had a great birthday week.
Nice.
I got cookies.
That's
I got,
right. Russ
I got
sent
gifts.
cookies.
I got lots of Casa
Yep.
Bonita money.
Did you get a new pair of sweatpants?
Yeah, but I bought those myself.
Well, so we can try those out at the Players Club later tonight. It's Sweatpants Sunday at the Players Club.
I don't like their gluten-free options.
I know. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. I know there's a lot of stuff that is vying for your attention right now. There's sports on TV. There's probably a buttload of NAMM videos now that NAMM is, as of now, it's probably getting close to being done, or it's almost done, or it's all the way done, right?
I think there's nothing left but beer drinking at NAMM.
Yeah,
today.
and
Sunday
people
at 4
people are loading out.
in
Yeah.
CA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about NAMM, Chris. Mike Learn called me this week and he said, did you guys miss going to NAMM this year? And I said, no, I don't think we missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely.
I wouldn't say I'm missing it.
Yeah,
Mike.
well, the funny thing was, and I would love to go to NAMM because there's people there that I want to see. Not like I'm a mover and shaker. There's like 2 or 3 people there that I only get to see at those shows. But we do always meet new people.
We do.
And that's
yeah.
cool.
And every year we see the same people that we've seen years before.
Yeah.
We've seen, old friends, and we make new friends.
Yeah.
And each year it gets bigger.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, in some ways, I've seen feeds and pictures and stuff, and I'm like, well, I should be there with those guys.
Yeah.
Josie
That would be
Cotton's
fun.
there.
Yeah. Who's Josie Cotton?
Josie Cotton.
I don't know who
God,
that
you're
is.
killing me.
Well, all right. Sorry. Well, why don't you just tell me who it is instead of saying that I'm killing you? Because I don't know who it is.
You don't know.
I guess I'll never know. I'm not Googling that. So yeah.
Yeah, so it would be fun to go to NAMM and see people.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things that I would have really liked to have seen.
Because you've never seen a Strat before.
No, and it's not any of the major brand stuff. It's just, little things that I would like to go see and yeah, but overall, I guess I could skip a year. Maybe if I go next year, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's really great.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling if we went, it would have been the same thing that it was.
Well, remember
last year
we were basically done wandering around the show a couple hours in because it's like all the same shit's here. So yeah.
Especially when you start drinking in the parking lot at like 9.
That's one thing I miss the most about not going to NAMM. So Chris and I, the first year that we went to NAMM, we started to, I'm going to say tailgate in the parking lot of was it Garden Walk parking lot?
Yeah, the first year we did that?
Yes.
Well, after the first day, because we figured
beers
out
were
that
so
beers were
expensive.
$8.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, let's bring our own.
And remember that year it was really rainy and crappy, so there wasn't a lot of traffic there for like Disney stuff. So we were just hanging out drinking in the parking lot like 8:30 in the morning. And then we came back and told everybody how much fun it was. And then we had a bigger crew the next year.
Second year we had
Ian
and Mac
were
and then we had to do it.
Yeah, we're getting plowed in the parking lot at
it
8
was
in the
9
morning.
o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'd already had 3 beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
You remember, you
the
were there.
next year,
And
Ike from
Ian had to
Flipside joined
pee
us.
so bad.
I just peed in the parking lot, and Chris was mortified.
Yeah.
So then the next year, Ike and I think Ben Coombs we just getting drunk in the parking lot. It was funny, and I said, Chris, if you missed that, we could find a parking garage here in town, and we could just go drink there. But we didn't.
So what did we do?
Not do that. Casa Bonita.
Because it's too cold here.
Yeah, it's way too
It has
cold.
to be somewhat warm
Yeah.
to
to
do
tailgate.
that. Yeah.
For us.
Yeah. But
So.
in memoriam, I did that in my own garage. And
Was the car running?
I peed on my own car. Yeah.
Okay, I hope not, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So for everybody who was at NAMM, thanks for giving me some updates. I've gotten a few updates, and so that was cool. And yeah, what else do we want to talk about with NAMM? Are we done talking about? Are there any
Joseph
action?
Caswell, who is here, and he
here,
could have told
yeah.
us this, says peeing and pooping is public
In California.
is legal in public. In
Oh, that's right,
California.
but probably not here so much. We could probably get a
We
ticket.
can do all sorts of things, but we can't do that.
I don't know what we can and can't.
You know, in Wyoming, it's legal to carry a sidearm, an open carry sidearm. Illegal to ride an electric bike on the sidewalk.
That makes perfect sense to me.
It's illegal to spit on the sidewalk in Denver.
Yet, well, anyway.
And here we are.
So, are we done with NAMM? Are we moving forward?
Society is crumbling at its edges.
Moving forward from NAMM, do we have anything else we need to talk about with NAMM? Any NAMM questions from anybody?
I didn't lose a leg in NAMM.
That's right.
To talk about
Different
it.
NAMM, yeah.
Different NAMM. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
How was
Okay.
Chris's birthday? And Doc Seltinen, I'm
No.
sure I never say it right, but he's very impressed by your beard.
Ooh.
It's getting better every day.
And,
Yeah.
and there's lots of questions of how your birthday was and how your
My
stomach
birthday
is
was really
today.
good.
Yeah.
I spent my actual birthday, which was Friday, with my my dad who came to town and my sister who came to town, and then yesterday we went to Casa Bonita.
Uh-huh. We did. And Chris has kind of some cool ideas to make Casa Bonita a more adult experience.
The problem with I don't know how many people know how much stuff about Casa Bonita, but
Thank you, love.
it's a Mexican restaurant that looks a lot like a Disney version of Acapulco, and they have cliff divers, and they have all these things all
Both
around.
male
It's-
and female divers. And
it-
Chris was like, show us your boobs!
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It's sort of like the Pirates of the Caribbean when you first walk in and they have all that stuff around it.
Pirates of the Caribbean cafeteria.
Yes, it is
Yes.
exactly like that. But if you want to go in and walk around, they make you buy Mexican food, cafeteria style, and it's
They make you buy Mexican style food.
well, yeah, and it's
Yeah. Whatever.
You know,
it was fun.
So yeah, and it's fun and it's cool to go there. I hadn't been there in 45 years.
But imagine if they had like the Rockettes were there.
What if they
are the
had
Rockettes topless, or is that like a Vegas thing? I don't know who. Well, it's the same kind of deal in Vegas though, like the showgirls who are topless and running around. Imagine if they had that at Casa Bonita for a more adult experience.
Yeah.
No, the Rockettes are most definitely not top.
Okay, I don't know from the Rockettes.
I remember when I
don't-
was little, my dad used to take us to Radio City Music Hall to watch the matinee, and we'd be like watching Puff the Magic Dragon and shit like that.
Okay, so that no
and so, like on the
topless-
Sunday
okay.
matinee, the Rockettes would come out before the movie started.
Okay, gotcha. So, let's moving forward. I want to tell you guys about, before we get to our big topic today, and I got a bunch of Patreon comments on our big topic today.
Okay.
All of the first quarter classes are up and on the website. You can buy them, and you can come and take classes. What's funny? Wait, you better than that. What's funny? Go,
Nothing.
read.
It's-
Read it. What is it?
Yeah, read it.
What is it?
No.
Why
You
not?
started, you have.
Nope.
Come on. All right. So you preempted me right in the middle of my spiel. Now it's all fucked up. Thanks, dude.
You ruined Christmas.
You ruined it.
You ruined your birthday.
Oh,
for
you
us.
wrecked it. All right, starting over. Can you try to not what? Now what are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay, so all of the classes for the first 3 months of the year are posted. They're on the website, and our very next class is February 1st, and it is our electric guitar setup class. And it's a really cool, kind of a basic primer for how to maintain your guitar. And one of the things that we do different from the other setup classes is you'll completely disassemble an electric guitar to start. You put it all back together. You'll change the strings. You'll level and dress the frets as needed. You'll adjust the truss rod. You'll set intonation, stuff like that. And when it's all said and done, you get this super cool StewMac toolkit, which inside of the... Do we have an open one somewhere?
Probably.
Oh, wait, I got it.
Nope.
Okay. So in the toolkit is a tiny screwdriver that has all these different bits, and it's in this handy box. The box is worth the money because all these little bits in this screwdriver and things, you could find some of that stuff at like Napa probably.
Yeah,
I mean, but these are geared towards.
Yeah, and it's really a neat box. When you first had
Hey,
it,
nice box.
I was like, this is a cool thing. How much did it cost? You told me. I was like,
yeah.
oh man, really?
These are like
And now
$50.
Indispensable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really neat.
So you get all the knowledge. You get to hang out with Chris all day, and you get this cool box with all these cool things in it for $300. So if you guys want to sign up, we've got a few people signed up for the February 1st class. If you want to get in on that action, you go to the website. That's TexasToastGuitars.com, and the course number is TTG 105.
And this is guitar setup, right?
Yes, guitar
setup, not singles night.
No,
Those are different.
Well, it's the same night, but guitar setup is the daytime, and then after
that
hours,
night is singles
at
night?
night is singles night.
Okay.
Hot MILFs in the shop. Okay.
Hot MILFs and Chris.
And Chris. Yeah. So anyway, okay. So the main topic today was Texas Toast Guitars changing their name. Right? Is that
Yes.
what you put?
Yeah, Texas Toast name change.
I have been getting so many people that say things like, I don't like the name of your company. Or you would sell more guitars if you changed your name to something. Or I really like that guitar. You should put your logo on the back of the headstock so nobody can see it.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like guitars without logos on them. But that's,
So anyway, it got me thinking, maybe we should change the name of Texas Toast Guitars. And then I thought, fuck that. This is the name of the guitar company. But there have been a few people who've said, you ought to do this or you ought to do that. And I'm like, well, you ought to start your own fucking guitar company and call it whatever the fuck you want. So I posted this question on Patreon. What do you guys think about changing the name of the guitar company? And I'm going to read them all right now, all of the responses.
I have
Okay.
a quick comment
Okay.
I want to read from Andy the Saint.
Okay.
He says, change the name and you're dead to me.
Ooh.
Who the fuck tells you to change the name of your
I
company?
know, right?
Yeah.
yep.
Well,
So-
you're sexy, though. That one guy said so on that meme.
Oh, did he? Okay, yeah. So did someone put that in a meme?
No, in the email.
Oh, I thought there was a meme of
That
me.
you were
doing-
sexy or sexist or something.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can't remember. Yeah. So we're gonna vamp on some of these comments, but and we can also talk about why Texas Toast Guitars is called Texas Toast Guitars. So let's just jump right in here. John Meehan says, "Change your name, then Mrs. Toast would be what?" Insert snarky comment here.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, what would your name be?
Bitch Guitars.
Mrs. Bitch?
I don't know.
At that point, I'd have to be Ms. Bitch.
Yeah. Bitch Ass Trick Guitars would be an awful name for both my wife and my guitar company.
I like
Bitch ass trick?
bitch ass trick,
Bitch
actually.
Ass Trick. Okay.
I like bitch ash trick.
Jeff Child says, change your name? Hell no! Texas Toast is a name that is as unique as those wild axes you folks dazzle us with. And then he goes on to say, fuck no! Change your name? On an entirely off-subject note, where the heck did Chris get that Buddy Holly t-shirt he was wearing in one of the recent reveal videos? Big fan and would love to be able to pick up a few of those shirts.
So do you want me to? Can I
Tell
give
your
like
Buddy
the
Holly
real
story.
answer to
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I'm sure he really wants to know.
So I got
yeah.
that shirt at a vendor at the Viva Las Vegas Weekender a few years ago, and I walked up, and this guy has it seems like 1,000 T-shirts. He at least has several hundred T-shirts.
Okay.
And you dig through all the pictures of the T-shirts, and then you say, I want it in this size. So I'm digging through, and I see the Buddy Holly one, and I see a Lon Chaney Jr. the Wolfman shirt. You
Okay.
know, the original Wolfman. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'll take a Buddy Holly and a Wolfman
And a
in extra
Wolfman.
large. And he says, I got the Buddy Holly, I'm out of Wolfman's.
Ain't got no wolf.
And I said, it's a sad day when you run out of Wolfman before you run out of Buddy Holly at a rockabilly show.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then he said, no, last week was a horror thing. And
Oh, okay.
So I ruined the story. But anyway, I think because somebody else asked me one time where I got it, and I think you can find them on Amazon or eBay. So Google Buddy Holly or eBay.
Buddy Holly
and,
t-shirt.
And look up, Buddy Holly t-shirt, and they're probably there.
Okay. All right, moving forward. Thank you for these comments so far, everybody. And by the way, we are not changing the name of Texas Toast Guitars. I just wanted to throw it out there because, excuse me, I've been getting a bunch of comments about you ought to do this, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing it.
At this point, it's way too late.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
Even if you
To
wanted
start
to change
over
it,
again?
Robert Pritchard just got the fucking shirt. Don't change the name.
Yeah.
But if you change the name, that one guy will buy that guitar that he likes.
That's the thing. Yeah, these guys are all a bunch of broke dicks who aren't going to buy anything anyway. They just want to bitch about shit on
I would
YouTube.
love to have that guitar, but I hate the logo.
Yeah. Well, if you pay us more, we won't
We'll
put the
take it
logo
off,
on.
yeah.
Okay. Robert Laughlin says, he's a man of few words, keep it.
There you go.
I'm with you, Robert. Martin Brennan says, no, there is a lack of originality in the guitar building community. Texas T, I think it's an autocorrect there. Texas Toast is a beacon of something different in a sea of all the same. And we make
That's
a lot of...
excellent. Could we use that in marketing?
I think we could use this. Any of this stuff is available for us to use, I think.
Because that's cool. Because we're using the Bruce Springsteen quote, "Texas Toast." That's
Hey,
cool.
that's cool. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
real thing, by the way. A guy who used to hang around the shop wore his Texas Toast t-shirt to one of those things where you
Meet
pay
and greet.
to meet Bruce Springsteen, and he's like, Bruce Springsteen says, Texas Toast, hey, that's cool. So, anyway.
Texas Toast.
Oh, wow.
That's
It wasn't Bill Clinton who said it to him.
No, that would be Texas Toast. That's
Texas
cool.
Toast. That's cool.
All right. Mike Masica writes,
New Jersey.
no, you already have brand recognition. Quality guitars speak more loudly than a name. I agree. Dumble is an oddish name for an amp, but I'd sure like to have one. And that's absolutely true. Isn't Dumble a guy's last name? That can't be a... who's
I think so.
Dumbledore? He was the guy... I mean, I know what Dumble amps
Are you saying Dumbo?
No,
Like
Dumbo.
the elephant?
No.
Yeah, so like the elephant with the big ears? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay.
Scott DeFuck says, Texas Toast Guitars is a great name, but even if it wasn't, it's the name you chose, and by now, it's the brand. Don't change the name. Don't worry, Scott, we are not changing the name. When one has a child, its name is chosen at birth. People don't then change the name when the kid starts kindergarten. I guess that probably happens sometimes. Like if you have too many kids named Matt or Chris in kindergarten and you become
Yeah.
your middle name, like...
That only
Like
happens in the
Chris?
South.
Well, okay, yeah. Yeah.
That's why I go by Mad Dog.
Yeah, Matt, that's what your kindergarten teacher called you, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, no, I gave it to myself.
Sweet Dick Fesker is what your kindergarten teacher called you?
First day of kindergarten, they said, we're going to call everybody's name Chris. And I said, here, but I go by Mad Dog.
And that's how it all happened.
Yeah, I go by Psycho.
Psycho.
And you
Lighten up.
Lighten
call
up,
me
Francis.
Okay. Andrew Mandiak. Has anybody said, gee, I would love to buy one of your guitars, but I can't stand the name? And people have alluded to that, but most of the people who say shit like that are just schnurras who want to yank dick anyhow. So they're not buying
what?
anything. You heard me. And then he says, just look at the names of guitar pedals. Yikes. So guitar pedals are one of those things where they always have wacky names.
Well, and they're
My
fairly
favorite name is the
misogynistic.
Swollen Pickle.
Yeah,
that's a
and
good one.
and that brand is fairly mainstream. Way Huge is fairly mainstream at this point, and they have all these misogynistic names.
Yeah.
Because the industry's mostly men.
Yeah.
And they think that shit's funny.
Well, it's really easy to guitar dick a chick with your guitar. It's really hard to guitar vagina a dude with your
Well,
guitar.
that's not true because those two guys who had flying V's were in here the other day and they were both on the table. Their V's were scissoring.
Oh, they were
Yeah.
scissoring. That's
Yeah.
a whole different show.
and then we asked them
You have to have
about-
two flying V's to do that.
because they're in the
though.
same band, and we're like, well, who stands where?
Yeah.
And
Are
what
you guys gonna
direction
touch
are you,
tips,
yeah,
or
you
are
gonna touch
you-
tips, or are you gonna touch V's? And they were like, oh no, it's all this. And we're like, yeah,
That
cool,
really
all
did
right.
happen,
It did,
everybody, yeah.
for sure. And I just came up with a name for our new guitar brand.
Which is?
I'm not saying.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta write it down so you don't.
Dirt Box.
Okay. Actually, I like that. Yeah.
I stole
Okay.
it from another industry.
Good. Yeah, I love stealing stuff from other industries. Okay, Robert Ellenson says, I remember the first time I heard the name. Texas Toast is fat. Good for guitar sound. I like Texas Toast as French toast, and that's sweet. Also good for guitar sound. Okay, I get it. I think it's fun and catchy. And there are way too many boring names like Esquire, Lord Fender, Count, the Earl of Gibson, blah, blah, blah. Lastly, you are already a recognized brand. I don't know how recognized we are, but we are recognized enough.
You know
to
what?
Yeah,
start
and
with.
there's
Hold on, wait.
Sorry.
And then he says, the worst thing a company can do is change names and go from small to invisible. Okay.
So, whenever you say you're not recognized, I
Yeah.
always point to Gunner. At the NAMM show,
Oh,
the first
Gunny?
year-
Oh, Gunny,
Gunny,
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that was several years ago.
Every
and
so often we will
several
get noticed
thousand
at
people.
the NAMM show.
Yeah,
Every so
yeah.
often, but not very often.
That was the first year you guys went, and he was like fanboying you a little bit, I think,
Oh,
right?
I know
Yeah.
he wasn't.
He knew who you
And
were.
you were like, really, me? You're talking to me? Yeah.
Well,
He knew who you were. He recognized who you were, and for a guy in the boutique area where we weren't even.
yeah, no one. We don't get any love from the boutique area guy.
No,
That guy's
no.
a putty butt.
But so, and I'll be honest.
Not Gunny. Jamie. What's his last name?
What's his last name and where does he live?
It's
don't
the
know.
Jamie, the curator of the boutique showcase, is a putty butt.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go out and say it,
All right.
and I don't like him very much either. Okay, anyway.
And Chris wants to kick him in the balls.
Wow, Chris is doing a lot of ball sack kicking at the NAMM show.
That's my 2020 resolution, and also my 50-year resolution.
Yeah.
Is to be a bigger badass when it comes to kicking people in the nuts that I don't like.
Okay.
Yep.
Peanut Dragon writes, Texas Toast sounded really good when Philip McKnight gave you a shout out. Second thought, maybe Speed Racer or Tibson. Let's talk a little bit about the Philip McKnight shout out.
Can I just say that I really think Speed Racer might be the way to go?
I think it could
that
be.
should be a model name,
Okay.
not a
Also,
brand name.
the
for
Chamois
us.
Hagar.
The chamois hair. It's red. So
And yellow.
the Philip McKnight video that came out earlier this week, that was a great surprise. And thanks to all of you guys who, I was totally off my radar. I had no idea he was doing it, and you guys sent me emails and told me all about it, and that was really cool. And that was a very cool thing of Philip McKnight to do. Now
It
that
was
guitar
neat.
is still available, by the way. A couple of guys have called and asked about it, and we've gotten a lot of calls about new custom stuff or daily drivers that are not that one that he was showcasing on that video. But that was a cool thing for him to do. So, okay, ready, moving forward. Michael Blundell writes, compared to the other guitar manufacturers, the name is no better or worse. In my opinion, I do think that a refresh in the lettering or logo might spice things up, like in robot font. I
Yeah,
added
let's
that.
do 80s
Robot font.
Yeah.
Oh, like on like War Games or something?
Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
cool.
I will
love
admit- oh, go ahead.
fonts. I love fonts.
I do
Let's
too.
try a Disney
Robot font. Okay.
and see what
he
that
also
does
he
for
also he
us.
continues. I will admit people who do shut up over there, you turds. He continues. I will admit people who see mine are confused by the name, especially when I tell them it's from Colorado.
So Michael Blundell,
Yeah.
which guitar does he have?
I think he has the. Is he watching? Michael?
No, I don't
I don't
think
think
so.
so.
He, I
If
think
he is
has.
watching, let's
I
ask him
think
which
he
one
has the
has.
Duchess with the the glow in the dark fabric and one of those
Oh, and the base?
non-reverse.
Oh, with the neon.
Yeah,
Super
and the
Day-Glo
non-reverse
green.
and the non-reverse with the leather pickguard. But anyway, I think.
Okay, cool.
But I don't. But I
That's
might
the
be
guy
getting
in the
that wrong.
army in Virginia or something.
If I'm
right?
getting it right, which I might not be, that's who he. That's
Okay.
what the guitars that he has. What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. When we were at Summer NAMM, it says that our banner said Texas Toast from Arvada, Colorado. And how many times did we have to answer? Oh, you're from Colorado. Why is it called that? Fucking shit. Really? That's what you want to know? You don't want to know like what sort of pots we use, or if our wires cloth wrapped, or if the
I
if
totally
the
use Colorado
capacitors are
pot.
the right Kyle. I don't know. People in there, the things that they worry about. You know.
Yeah. Well, and that's the, whatever.
Okay.
Cost of doing business.
That's what happens. Jared Higgins writes, "Fuck the haters, fly the Texas Toast banner high, homies." I absolutely agree, Jared. And just to remind everybody, we are not and have no plans to change the name from Texas Toast to anything else. Cool? Okay, we got a few more here. Dave Weiss says, "Some people just want guitars with some dude's name on it, and they're wrong. There are too many guitar companies with single names on the headstock. Texas Toast is an awesome name, and if the haters are so smart, they should build it themselves." That's what we do. That is absolutely right, Dave. You know, the funny thing, too, is how many guitar companies are someone's name who's dead now? You know, Leo Fender's not making any Strats. And I don't even know who Orville Gibson? Was that the guy from Gibson?
Yeah.
Just in the luthier realm,
Yeah.
Stradivarius has been dead for like
A long time. But
forever.
no one's making, well, I'm sure people are making knockoffs of that. But
Yeah, and the originators of all these things have long since moved on, and other people have taken them over.
They bought the
and,
name, yeah.
Yeah, they may or may not be shadows of their former selves.
Now, one thing
depending
Chris
on
and I
the
would
brand.
absolutely be willing to do would be to sell Texas Toast guitars to the Fender Musical Instrument Corporation.
Like that.
Like that.
Yep.
So fast it'll make your head spin. Okay. Don V writes, "Oh, hell no. You guys nailed it on the head when you explained why the name in one of the videos. The fact that you're not in Texas makes it even more bettererist." We've talked about this in some previous videos, and as Dom points out, when I started Texas Toast in 2011, I wanted something that kind of had the Texas ethos to it, and
Lone Star.
Lone Star Guitars was already taken. So I had to come up with something that was easy to remember, had something about Texas in it, and I'm kind of a goofy guy, so I wanted something kind of fun and silly. So Texas Toast seemed like a natural, it seemed like a perfect thing, and yeah.
And it's more easy to sound out than Flaherty.
Yeah, what the fuck is a Flaherty?
Flaherty.
Flaherty, that would have been a funny name too, because that's
That
what
was
I got
your
called
gym
by
coach?
gym teachers
Yeah.
in Texas. So anyway, and you know, but when we die, you know, somebody could carry on the name. We could sell the company.
Somebody could resurrect.
Yep.
And tell stories about us that may or may not be true.
That happens, yeah.
And markings that we put on guitars.
They could
and
tell the
things
stories.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, and legend has it that Chris went out to the distributor's trunk and picked up this bridge and said, "I'll take it."
Legend has it that Chris went out to the tool shed and didn't come back for 5 minutes with a copy of Jugs.
Because he was master painting. Yep.
Jim Ford says, "If they're so smart, they can build their own guitars with whatever logo they want." That's what it all boils down to is, you guys can make whatever logos you. It's funny to me, like people think, like, what do they think I'm gonna do? Go, oh yeah, you're right. I should change the name of the company I've had for the last decade. Oh well. So
Real quick,
yes, ma'am.
Devin Riddle wants me to remind Matt to call when he has a minute this week so he can take more money from him.
More money. I do love
Thought
currency.
that might be
Yes.
worth a preamp.
I do love currency. I will call you tomorrow before Chris and I are off to the undisclosed paint location. If that works for you, brother man. Kelly Jones, a name is what you make it. There are way too many companies already with perfect names and no product. Wah, wah, wah. I like to think that, yeah, it is, or what you, is the guitar that you're buying, is it more important to have the name on the headstock be what you want, or the guitar that you want?
Well,
Well,
for that one guy.
For some
Yeah.
people, it's all about logo recognition, and
Brand myopia?
yeah, and even if you take an Epiphone and you change it completely into a
Uh-huh.
Gibson and you put the Gibson logo on it, it's
you
still
know.
an Epiphone.
You know it's-
well,
yeah.
we do, but there are people that just somehow feel better about it, or
Yeah.
Squire to Fender.
Yeah.
You know, well, man, it's just now it's a Fender, and I
Yeah.
see that all the time.
Yeah.
Fender, whatever, and then in the other stuff, this is Squire that I've upgraded to Fender
To make it a
specs.
Fender, yeah.
Yeah.
What are the mil specs for Fenders? No,
I don't know.
Cecil
Yeah.
Music calls them brand bunnies.
That it's true, and that's okay. You know, I mean, if that's what they're into, then that's okay. But
And I've been there in my life.
sure,
Yeah, with things, but sometimes you want something slightly. You want something that not everybody else has, and I've also been that guy in my life,
Mm-hmm.
where I kind of wanted to be in on the secret cool shit,
yeah,
Yeah, and maybe Texas Toast is the secret cool shit for some people.
One guy in the Philip McKnight video pointed out to me that my guitars were overpriced, and he was going to stick with Fender. Mm-hmm. Okay, you
Yeah,
do that then.
yeah.
I don't care.
That's a whole other conversation that we should have. That maybe today isn't the day.
okay. What?
But American price,
Yeah.
overseas price, and there's several of those.
Yep.
And then also American price one at a time.
American price for factory and American price for one at a time.
yeah,
guitars are
yeah,
different.
and we can break it down and show why
sure.
things cost what they cost.
Sure.
But I don't want to have that discussion.
Not today. I
That
would also
hurts my
like to.
head.
One of the things that is happening as a result of the Philip McKnight video is I've gotten a lot of people who are asking that question that I used to get a lot, which was, "Hey, how much does a guitar cost?" Mm-hmm. Well, anything that's on the website right now that's available is whatever it is on the website. But if you want anything that's custom, boy, that depends a lot on
Yeah.
features and finish and woods that you want. So it's all very subjective, and I'd be happy to have that conversation with a lot of these guys.
And something that I've been doing a lot of thinking about, and something that if I have my way, this is going to happen.
okay,
What does a guitar cost? More later on than it costs right now.
that's right.
We give away guitars. If you break it down
In a manner of speaking,
by
yeah.
hour,
Yeah,
by American workforce hours, which
Yeah.
is where we are, we don't charge enough for our guitars.
JP wants to know: are all of our sales online? We have a few shops that. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze.
So am I.
Excuse me.
You smell.
We have a few people.
Man.
I knocked Joe's white guitar into a box.
He's
and
right here.
there.
And he's like, "What the hell, man?"
Sorry, dude. I'm allergic to your guitar. So we have a couple of guitars that are in shops right now that you can go find, but for the most part, they're all available on the website. So
Yeah. So Ken Tipton and Ken and I are on the same side
Okay.
here. But let's just talk about this just for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah.
He says, when I make a guitar, it costs me about $700 to $800. And
In time or
no, I think
parts?
what he's talking about is
Materials.
materials.
Okay.
Right, Ken?
I think it's a tangible.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
find out.
we're not waiting until come on.
Well,
so let's move.
Well,
forward.
yeah. So move forward, and then he'll say yes, and I'll say yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So he said
Yeah.
yes. Let's just.
All right.
Yeah, that's American money, man. Yeah, that's just the stuff.
Yeah.
And then you put on 20 or 30 or 40 hours,
Yeah. And you got to pay
Times
yourself
two
something.
people.
or even times one. I mean, 40 hours. Yeah, well, it adds up.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Ken said yes. Materials only.
Okay.
And is that including your consumables, your sandpaper,
Well, that's-
and your electricity, and your
that's
drill
just-
bits,
yeah, a little bit,
and your
yeah, yeah,
bandsaw
yeah.
blades,
It
and
costs us about $60 a day just to keep the doors open here.
Just in space.
Every day, $60 comes right off the top, no matter what we do.
Well, and this is a
Plus
whole other
heating
conversation.
And water. And
No, that's
trash
what I'm
cans.
talking about.
That's space plus heat plus
Yep.
electricity.
Yep.
But it doesn't count. It doesn't count consumables. It doesn't count. It certainly doesn't count time, labor.
No.
It counts nothing else.
Yeah, I guess that's what I mean. So
Just
just to have a
sign on the
shop.
door.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It costs us $60 a day, whether we make $61 or negative $61.
So we have a Big Keg says, the appropriate handle for Big Keg's comment is, what about the beer?
That's
Yeah,
right.
see?
They're not
There's
giving
another
beer
$60
away.
a
Although we
day.
did get some free beer from that one guy that one time. And every so often people will bring us alcohol, which is always fun.
And this sounds like we're bitching, and we're not bitching about things.
No,
We're
it's just that's the
pointing
cost
things out
that
that,
it,
a
that
lot
it
of
costs.
people don't think about.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on.
Moving on, we got a few more here.
Yeah, we're kind of running over.
Ed Burke says, for me, I'd look at the numbers. Would changing the name lead to more sales? How many people suggested changing the name? Like 2 or 3. I just thought it was funny.
This is mostly just a topic.
It's really just
to
mostly
talk about stuff.
talk about stuff and talk about dopey people who, send me emails. Have those people bought a Texas Toast Guitars? No.
Well, that one would have if it didn't.
I'm
say
sure.
Texas
I'm
Toast
sure he would have fallen all over himself to get his checkbook out. If not, it is not the name that's holding them back from buying a TT guitar. I'm no math magician, but somehow I think changing your proud name to satisfy some basement-dwelling ass bag.
See, he gets it with the orange dick.
Hold on, who probably gets his rocks off by telling everyone on the interwebs that they are doing shit wrong, makes as much sense as having taste buds in an asshole. Cheers, Ed. Thank you, Ed. Yeah,
Is he related to me? I wonder?
maybe.
We have the same last name, and he's got the same
I
attitude.
I don't
I'm
know.
digging
I don't
it.
know. I don't
Yeah.
know. So thank you, Ed. And again, we're not changing the name. It's just a funny topic of conversation that I really wanted to have more to make fun of people than anything else, because I think it's funny how, I get these dopey ass emails, and maybe those people are watching right now and they're like stewing in their own juices, or maybe they don't care. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more from Jim Feely. Only possible name change would be when you bring out a Mark Bolan tribute model. Then you will need to temporarily be T-Rexus Toast. Why lose the name recognition you have? Change the name? No. Change the logo? Maybe if you feel like it, but it has to look good too. So Jim, again, we're not changing the name. We have no intention of changing the name. This was just a funny thing that we wanted to talk about because, again, people make me laugh, and I like to call them out on the silly things that they say here in the live streams because I think it's funny.
So I'm noticing a lot of change the logo.
Ray
stuff.
Lawrence Jr. says the logo rules.
There you go.
Okay.
Right, see,
But Chris Bullis says rectum guitars.
Rectum.
Yeah.
You
We
guys
almost
are talking
killed him.
about the taste buds in the asshole.
Yeah.
rectum
we almost
guitars.
killed him.
yeah. Again, these are all good names for somebody else's guitar company.
I'm just still.
Rectum guitars.
I'm just still in shock from our thing at Flipside right before Christmas.
Yeah.
That there's actually a vagina guitar. That's a real
Yep,
thing.
that's a real thing. Yeah.
I never heard of it before, but I think an Italian guy like Giuseppe should make like Bajacala guitars.
I also think that I like guitar companies that aren't somebody's last name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's
Yeah.
cool because unless that guy's still making them, I think Paul Reed Smith is cool because at least he's still alive. I don't think he's making the guitars anymore. But Mrs. Toast is like over there yelling. She's like blah blah blah.
Yeah, I yell.
No one can hear you over there, you dope. So the funny thing to me is if Paul Reed Smith decided to make I'm gonna make 10 guitars this year, or I'm gonna make 1 guitar, but I'm gonna do it all. How much do you think that guitar would sell for?
Well, it depends on how many he makes, but it would be a lot of money.
It would be.
Point.
I bet you.
Yeah.
I bet you. And I've said this. If Paul Reed Smith decided to make, let's say 10 guitars, he's gonna spend all year. He's like, I really want to get back in the shop. I'm gonna make 10 guitars this year. How much are they gonna sell for? They're all gonna be custom shop made by the man himself. $80,000? I don't fucking know. It's gonna be a lot of money.
I really don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. The bidding would start at, it would be 20 grand if it was a
And they
dollar.
should do that, except he
yeah.
probably has no interest in even making one.
The funny thing is he could just say that he did.
Yeah, he could,
and no
he
one's
could-
gonna know.
He could.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I've sanded this one. and then move on.
But wouldn't it be neat to have like Paul Reed Smith do it the old school, like the way he did it in the '80s? You know, that would, and you'd really have something special then. But
I think decades from now, you'd read how terrible that guitar was.
potentially, I would like to extend an invitation to Paul to come to our shop, and he can make those 10 guitars. Because, you know, like his shop is automated, and there's CNC stuff, and there's guys doing stuff. There's a factory going, and there's people doing
We
shit.
should extend that
Yeah.
to him. Yeah, that just
Yeah, he
seems
can-
like a nice gesture on your part.
I think so. And he can bring some of the old stuff, and we can get the copy carver fired up.
Yeah, he
the
can
pin
learn from
router.
us. We can learn from him.
It's a win-win situation.
Absolutely.
You know, I just came back from having a slash, so I missed the beginning of this.
Okay.
But I don't think this sounds like a kind gesture. It sounds a little like a challenge to me.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm absolutely 100% serious. Now, there's no way it will happen because
I'm not
Paul Reed
saying
Smith
you're not serious.
doesn't know who I am, and
Well,
if he
maybe-
did, doesn't care.
Well,
But
maybe his daughter's watching.
I'm sure,
'Cause you're so
nobody from
cool.
Paul Reed Smith is watching right now. But
He can.
wouldn't it be something though to have? I really do. Now I love the guitars that those guys make, and people think, oh, Matt doesn't like anything that's made with CNC. I don't care. If you guys like CNC, that's fine by me. I don't care. And there's a lot of great CNC guitars. So, but yeah, if Paul Reed Smith is watching, which he isn't, he's more than welcome to come to our shop and spend a little while making these 10 or dozen guitars the old school way, and then he can sell those for giant money.
Yep.
So anyway,
Yep. He could. Maybe that could be episode 2 of the Great Texas Toast Guitar Challenge, where we pick a builder and we build their guitar and they build our guitar.
wouldn't that be a fun thing?
Episode
to do?
1,
Brian Nutter.
Brian Nutter.
Yes, where we
Episode
build the
2,
Astroglider and he builds the Challenger.
Correct.
It's not the Astroglider.
No. It's the Astro Captain.
Astro Captain, and there's an Astro Commander, right?
And then there's also the
if
it's
we
the
built one though, it would be
Glider.
the Astro Glider.
the
That's fucked up.
The-
I know Brian's not watching because he's
Button
he's
Musher.
having to break down all of his stuff at NAMM, but yeah. So,
yeah.
but we've
Man,
often
this guitar plays so smooth.
it ought to.
God, man, it's slippery.
It's slick.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be fun to do that though? To like take someone's like because Brian is very very much associated with his design, and I like to think that we're associated with the Challenger design too. But to like so if you were gonna make a Brian Nutter Astro Commander, but you're gonna do it in our style, what would you do? I mean, I know what tools you'd use, but how would you make it a Texas Toast guitar? The reason that I'm asking this is kind of there's still that top secret thing that I can't tell you guys about, but if you know Jeff Smith, you might know a little bit about.
So
that.
if we were to make his guitar,
Yeah, how
it
would
would
we
be
make
a Challenger with his outline?
Okay, but you wouldn't do like a fabric top, or you wouldn't do.
Well, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on how much time we have,
A
but
concert T-shirt, fabric top.
Yeah, with
from a Keith Urban concert
that would be
that
so
he
fucking
played.
funny.
Yeah.
With the tour dates on
Yeah,
the
the
back,
tour
on the
dates
back
on
of
the
the.
back.
'Cause
Yeah.
I have a feeling he doesn't. The Taylor Swift thing, he's not like super.
He doesn't talk very much,
No,
but he
no.
will if you get him
Well,
going.
but the Taylor Swift thing would be funnier.
he's
so that's
he's
what I would
he's
do.
very he's very personable about any of the stuff that he'll talk about.
Yeah,
any of that
but
stuff.
but mainly, I'd build our guitar in his shape.
yeah, with one of our necks.
Yeah.
and I don't mean like the headstock, but I mean like the neck joint. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
probably.
You're right. Yeah.
If
And it would be
If
cool to see
forced
what he
into it.
would do to one of our. Jesus, you're trying to get me drunk?
Yes.
So he would do, the
he would
same
do
thing.
he
I'm
would do a
sure.
Challenger in Metal Flake. That's
Yeah.
what his would be.
Yeah,
Which would be cool.
it would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever have we have a leopard Challenger.
Yeah, we
Or
don't do
two.
a lot of in Metal Flake because
Yeah.
herpes.
Because it's like it's the
Herpes.
herpes
yeah,
of the craft
it
world.
is. Yeah.
Okay, what is there any questions that I know I've missed a lot of stuff, guys. If thank you everybody for watching.
Yeah, yeah.
We miss a lot of questions because I start talking and I don't shut up, and I blow right past
Never
stuff, and it's
shuts
hard
up.
for people to keep track and moderate me and interject your questions. If I don't answer your questions, or if Mrs. Toast doesn't answer them, or Chris doesn't answer them, it's not because they don't like you or they don't like the question. It's because I won't shut the fuck up.
You're doing it again.
And I'll do it for the
Yep.
rest of the hour
Yep.
too.
Yep. Welcome to my
They know.
world.
They
This is-
commiserate with me about
this is it all
wrangling
week.
Cats. Yeah.
All right, what else we got? What time is it?
It is 5:44.
Oh, we got lots of
We
time.
got lots of time. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so what's the next item on the chopping block?
Well, we're
Uh,
answering
name
questions.
change,
Answering
and
questions.
then,
change.
and then there was something
Oh,
else,
we-
and then there
we
was
need to
stupid
talk
things
about
Paul
NAMM.
Stanley said.
We-
oh.
Yeah, we talked
talked
about
a little bit
NAMM.
about- do we have
Yeah,
to
a
talk
little bit.
more about NAMM?
No, we
No,
don't.
I think it's covered.
I think I want to be done talking about NAMM.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Hey,
hey,
look.
BK says, have a beer on me. Cheers, $4.99.
Thanks, BK.
Yeah. What
I
does
have
BK
swi-
stand for?
Burger
Burger
King.
King Steakhouse?
The BK Steakhouse?
BK
Or the BK
Steakhouse.
Lounge?
BK Lounge. I had the BK Lounge.
It's on the way here?
No.
Oh, did you have a breakfast crust sandwich?
I used to have a bike shop. It was called Big Kahuna. And we had the Big Kahuna Lounge.
Oh,
BK
so
Lounge.
you didn't have a Whopper with
No.
cheese. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what you
Oh, here's Mark Parker asked this earlier,
did. Sorry, Mark. Let's get to Mark.
and he asked it again. Have you ever built a guitar for anyone well known? I'm gonna say Jeff LaQuacha is probably the most.
Well, we
well-known.
did build some guitars for. Yeah, Jeff would be good. Fu Manchu.
Oh,
Dude,
Brad.
Brad Davis from Fu Manchu. We built a few guitars for him. Brad has a cool thing that was he was at the NAMM show again this year. He has a pedal company called Creepy Fingers, and there's a.
Well, he's got that band with the.
Well, but wait. First of all, you hit the camera.
Yeah,
And
you'll
two, so Fu Manchu is kind of all about like having vans and that like kind of 70s, like lots of cool like graphics and 70s
Shoes and the cars?
Yes. Oh, yeah. So Fender has like it was an amp and a guitar, and it came with one of his Creepy Fingers pedals. It was a kit or a set, and it all had like cool pinstripes and like metal flake and sparkle and shit, and it was called
that
yeah.
3-color, 4-color?
Yeah, black and orange and yellow and it was called something, and so
The Mystery Machine.
no, it wasn't quite the Mystery Machine. It was a little more boogie van than that, but yeah. So we built guitars for Brad Davis. Now, Brad has them and he plays them, but he doesn't play them in Fu Manchu because he's the bass player in that band. But who else have we made stuff for?
Was it the Dimension 4?
No,
That doesn't ring a bell? Fender had a thing called the Dimension 4.
no. This was the.
Which was a whole... But I thought they might have brought it back. and he might
We
have
could
been
look it
part of
up, but you guys can look it up
Yeah,
too. If
whatever.
you look up,
Yeah,
look
fine.
up.
And then
Well,
that
that's not- you
goes,
can-
and then that goes
you look
all
it up.
band. They have you in
Yep.
their video,
Yep.
your guitar.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's true. We've made a lot of guitars. We haven't made a lot of guitars for famous people.
There's no Santana yet.
No.
Can I say we ghost built for...
Somebody.
We are ghost building for someone right now. We can't say who it is right this second.
No. Well, that's...
Yeah, you never will be able to.
You,
say
you can never say who you
Yeah.
ghost built for.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Because you can't say that.
Yeah.
So we've ghost built for somebody.
Yeah, we have done a ghost build or 2.5
Yeah.
ghost builds for
Yeah.
people.
Well, here's a slightly off-topic
Okay.
question from Big Ken. Wants to know what kind of bone you use for the nut, and it's like alley cat.
Black cat
Yeah,
bone.
okay.
Yeah, it's very rare.
They're in their alley.
It's all harvested ethically too. It's not, but it's very. It's the thing is, there's not very many bones in a cat that are big enough to make a nut from. They're all fairly little,
Yeah.
especially like a domestic house cat.
So that's what you use?
Black cat bone, yeah.
Okay. Because when I use bone,
Uh-huh.
what I do is I go on safari once a year to the deepest, darkest sections of Africa.
Okay.
And I get rhino bone, ambrosia albino rhino,
Okay.
and that's what I use.
You know what would be cooler? Would be springbok or eland. Would be very cool.
Those aren't even things.
Oh, they're things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Kudu.
is
Greater
ethically-
kudu would also
is-
be a cool thing.
Is ethically
Chooch?
Not
acquired
Chooch
like
bone?
Ethically
is it
harvested black cat
harvest-
bone.
So that's put in the bowl of antifreeze out in the alley.
No.
That's ethical.
So let's answer the question for real. It's
Standing
all,
on their neck.
It's all cow bone because that's something that's there's a lot of extra cow bones. If you've ever been to Iowa beef packing, you'll know what I'm talking about. And they're big enough to hack up into stuff for tone boners. Yeah.
I think really nut material has more to do with just the hardness of the material
so
than
too.
anything else, you know, and the ease of machining. And bone is slightly harder than plastic,
Yeah.
slightly less hard than metal.
And
Yeah.
smells worse than anything when
Well,
filing
yeah, it does. It smells. Ian thinks it smells like Doritos, and I don't think it smells like Doritos
I
at
don't
all.
think
I
I'd
it
eat
smells
that
like
bag of Doritos. I think it's
the
gone
dentist's
bad.
office, but it's it's fairly short lived.
So you can buy like a bull stick in the dog food treat section of like a pet store.
Why do you
Yeah.
know that?
Well, because I've bought them before. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a
I'm
bull
not sure
stick.
if the answer is what I wanted to
But I
hear.
mean,
Yeah,
you know
once
what?
a week I go shopping for Dick.
It's all dry. You can scrape it off and make your own bone nuts.
You know,
Yeah.
Dick nuts.
Yeah, you could.
Man, there's nothing I like better in the morning than a big bowl of
Bone nuts?
Big
post Dick nuts.
It would be softer on your teeth than grape
You know,
nuts.
many kinds of tree are edible. That's why I like post Dick nuts. I'm Yule Gibbons for post.
Yule Gibbons.
Yeah, that's the guy that used to do the
was
grape
Yule
nuts
Gibbons?
ad. Yeah,
Wasn't
I'm
it
Yule
the
Gibbons
guy-
for post grape nuts.
That wasn't
The
like,
hardest
check your
fucking
sugar
cereal
guy?
ever.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever made fried chicken with a crispy like cornflake coating on it?
Yes.
sure.
Okay. You might be interested to know that you can grind, or you can put grape nuts in the blender and turn it into flour.
Oh, I know.
Meal.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
If you coat chicken with it and put it in the deep fryer,
You'll still break your teeth?
you will end up with a rock on the outside of
It's
the
still
chicken.
the hardest substance
Yeah.
known to man.
Ask
yeah.
me how I know.
It's
Yeah.
like concrete.
Man,
Yeah.
I have so many grape nuts stories. And if my sister was here, she would
Wait, what kind of nuts?
grape.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about dick nuts.
No, not dick nuts, because that's not a real thing.
Because you're Yule Brenner or whatever
Yeah.
you are. I don't-
Yeah. I'm Yule Banana.
All right, what else
That
is
was
going
terrible. God, I
on? Are there any?
Let's talk about
God, I hate
stupid
myself.
shit Paul Stanley says.
All right, are we
So
ready to
I
move
think this
move on to
topic came up from
Paul's-
the conversation in the car we had on the way to the
That's
shop
right,
earlier.
that's right.
When Kiss's Deuce came on.
So Mrs. Toast is absolutely positively convinced that she knows what Paul Stanley is thinking at a given time, and it occurred to me that we
Based
could.
on what?
I don't know.
we have the same mentality.
And it
You
occurred
and
to me
Matt?
that
Me
Not-
and Paul Stanley.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I meant. Okay.
And I thought, wouldn't it be funny to do a quick segment on the live stream where we talked about stuff that Paul Stanley says, and for some reason or other, it got morphed into stupid stuff Paul Stanley says.
Well, it's an easy leap.
Those are pretty
Yeah,
much the
it's
same thing.
pretty much
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
thing. So, why do you have? So
No,
you've known
don't
about
start
this.
with me, God damn it! Don't throw me under the bus first off the bat. Oh, Chris got dick. Now it's my turn to be funny. No, I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna pick my chance and then I'm gonna fucking kill it.
What if I pick the one that you're gonna say?
Man, Chris is on tonight.
I know.
Yeah.
He's
Really
en
is.
fuego.
Yeah, it's the
We've
new
got
me.
we've got new high test beer tonight, and Chris is
Yeah,
rolling.
yeah.
So I'm gonna start my dumb stuff that Paul Stanley says with a quote from Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, which
it, yeah.
that's okay. All right.
This is a good one. No,
Was this one you were gonna do?
No, because I was thinking about all the different things that
Okay.
you and I say, and
Okay,
that you and
yeah.
I do. But you need to start it, and then we'll go from there.
Okay,
this
and I've
is-
got a couple.
This is
So if you
this
want me to
is one or two.
backtrack, I
no,
can.
No,
Okay.
go knock yourself out, man.
So Paul Stanley, in the movie Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, is he's dressed in a robe. He sort of looks like one of the bad guys in Omega Man.
Well, he's got the feather collar thing going on,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah. So he sort of looks like Hawk from Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Remember that TV show in the late 70s?
Huh?
Anyway,
get
so
that.
he says, and I'm not going to get the Paul Stanley lisp exactly right, but it's you're looking for someone, but it's not Kith. So that's my number one thing that Paul Stanley says that I use a lot. Mrs. Toast, do you have anything? Or are we going back to Chris?
No, I would like to go back to the origin of the whole topic. It was when Deuce
Oh,
Kiss
yeah, all right.
came on the radio.
Well, then let everybody know.
So I decided we were doing like an art history class thing going on. What's the motivation behind this piece of art?
Mm-hmm.
And my opinion on your man's been working hard. He's worth a deuce. Is that you should let him put it up your butthole.
Wait a minute. You told me that that's exactly what it was, not what your interpretation was.
Well, I'm doing art history. My interpretation of
Oh,
this piece
okay.
of art.
So
It is a fact that it's about putting it up the poop
it's a
chute.
fact.
Yeah,
I
about
think
letting
you
him
just
put it up
ruined
your
that
poop
song
chute.
for me.
No.
You're going to try to tell me, you're going to sit there and you're going to tell me that the guys in Kiss are interested in having anal
chocolate
sex
cap.
with chicks,
Yes.
1974.
doing it in the butt.
That's
Yeah,
right.
1974 Kiss guys.
If
You're
you got
looking
a
for
hard-working-
someone.
If you got a hardworking
not
man, I'm
Kiss.
an old lady now.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, if you find yourself a good hardworking man, he is worth a deuce.
That's not what you told me. But anyway.
Well, I'll let you know when I meet him.
All right, you let me know. All right, Chris, you ready to go? You want to pass or play? You want to pass? Okay. So here's
After that, I'm going to pass.
all right. So here's another thing that Paul Stanley says.
Is this from the Decline?
Decline of the Western Civilization, Part 2, The Metal Years. Paul Stanley is laying in a oversized, heart-shaped water bed.
Like a Poconos,
Wait,
like
I'm
the
going
Poconos
now.
bed.
It's my turn to fucking
I'm
talk.
painting a picture.
I'm throwing something at you.
Okay.
In a giant waterbed with I don't know, a half a dozen underwear models.
Drugged up
Why
underwear
are you
model.
still talking?
I'm painting a
All right, go.
picture.
You talk.
I'm helping you.
You're not helping me at all.
Totally
You're
helping.
not helping at all.
Cecil says with the chicks.
And
And he's right, because there were a bunch of chicks
Yes,
laying around
yes.
in the bed. Yeah.
And Paul Stanley goes, the only people who care about money is people who don't have it. And once you have it, it's not a big deal. What? The fuck? Paul Stanley, are you serious with that shit?
And that was that seemed like the most drug-addled
Oh,
for a
it
guy
was.
that has claimed he's never done drugs. That was the most drug-addled, spacey part of that whole thing,
No,
right?
the drugged up chicks were way drugged
Yeah.
up more than he was.
But you know,
Ugh.
yeah.
All right, Mrs. Toast, you got one?
Ugh.
Okay, Chris,
What was
wanna-
it? What was the next one he said?
I don't remember what he said after that, but it
Oh,
was
it
so
was,
ridiculous that.
Laying in bed with 10 supermodels.
Oh no, he didn't say that,
Oh.
but he might as well have said, the only people who want to hang out with a bunch of roofied supermodels in bed that are all half naked is people who aren't doing that right now. Come on. All right, Chris, you want
My favorite one from you
Yeah?
that you always do is the
the Andy Richter thing?
I don't know what that is. No.
Okay, 'cause that's my next one, then.
The wild turkey one.
Wild turkey one?
Yeah. So I was talking to a guy
Oh
backstage.
yeah, that's right. It's not wild
Cold
turkey.
gin.
Yeah, so on
Tell
one
me
of the
all that
on one of the
street
Kiss
jazz.
albums. All right, go.
No, because I don't know how to.
It's
I
Kiss
don't know
Alive.
it all.
So Paul Stanley is on the album says, I was talking to a guy backstage and he told me that you guys like to drink vodka and orange juice.
Orange juice, and everybody goes.
Yeah. Yay. Wow, what a great conversation you must have been having with a
Yeah.
guy backstage
And then
about
what
what
happens?
everybody in New Orleans drinks or
I think it
whatever.
was
And then
Cleveland.
and then the next thing is, there was more to it than
There
that.
was a lot more. It was
Yeah.
too much.
It was so dumb.
And some of y'all like to drink vodka and orange juice.
I was talking to a guy backstage and he said,
Yeah, and then.
And then they sing about cold gin.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that Paul
Yeah,
Stanley's a
wild
big fan.
turkey. Yeah.
I think he's
Maybe,
full
yeah.
of shit, and he said that in
Alright.
every city that he
Wait a
goes
minute,
to.
but we got one more. My
losing
all-time
out. Yeah.
favorite thing,
Just
for.
go ahead and say it.
Are you sure you don't want to do it?
Yeah.
In the early '90s, Conan O'Brien had his show for it just started, and Andy Richter was on the show, and he was backstage at the Grammys or something, and he was going around trying to gauge the interest for a Thin Lizzy reunion. Now, Phil Lynott was dead, so there wasn't going to be a Thin Lizzy reunion, but he was trying to convince people that Thin Lizzy was thinking about making a comeback, and what do you think of a Thin Lizzy reunion? He gets to Paul Stanley, and Paul Stanley says, Boys Are Back in Town's a good song.
Boys Are Back in Town's a good song.
So, it's not that dumb, but it's just kind of funny that,
It's
yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know what's really dumb?
Boys Are Back in Town's a good song.
Jailbreak. That's what's dumb.
That is a dumb song.
Because where in the town is the jailbreak going to be?
I don't
How
know.
many fucking
Maybe
jails
the
do you have in your
7-Eleven?
town?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard a rumor.
Somewhere in the town.
Maybe.
Maybe
No.
at the jail?
We probably irritated a lot of people with the whole Paul Stanley says things that are dumb
We
and Thin
irritate
Lizzy.
people
I
every
know,
week
I know.
on a regular basis. That's
So-
our MO.
So Joe says, I have, what is it, Acadia CMG and now Texas Toast. Support the small boutique. Thank you, Joe.
McCarthy.
Yeah.
Any relation to Melissa or Jenny?
I don't know.
Oh. Maybe he's from Chicago. We'll find out.
Chris says that Paul was high on poontang, the extra fancy lower Alabama poontang. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say that, Lance? There was a band, Claude Trainier and his brothers had a band called, I think it was, oddly enough, the Trainiers. And they had a song called Poontang. And this would have been back in the, I don't know, late 50s or early 60s. And they had cans that looked like soda cans or beer cans that said extra fancy lower Alabama Poontang. And yeah, so if you have a can of that stuff, then yeah.
Well, Billy Bag says you're not irritating him because he's too drunk to give a shit.
Excelente.
Cheers, man.
Okay. Well,
Is that weenie roller? Is that what I'm hearing? Weenie
Weenie roller.
kind of weenie. So a youngster whose mom bought him a weenie roller T-shirt wore it to high school.
Did he get in trouble?
Kind of, and his like social justice warrior teacher was convinced that it was. Now she didn't say anything about the local 69. I guess that was fine, but the weenie roller, he's like, well, oh, you can't wear that shirt. It says weenie on it, and he's like, it's a paint thing. And so there was a whole big thing where they had to look up weenie roller. And if you Google weenie roller, that contraption for painting comes up, and so it was okay. But yeah, she was
Way to
convinced.
stick it to the man, Junior.
Way to stick it to
Yeah.
the. Now, local 69 did not come up at all, but yeah, I think she didn't want to double down on that. So
And the 69 part's the part where
think
when I
it's
wear
the
that shirt, I'm like,
funniest part.
I can't believe it says 69 on it. And the
Why?
weenie roller.
I mean, there's got to be
The-
somewhere. It's got to be 69, local 69, right?
But you back weenie roller with 69 and
Yeah, I like to double down.
Global
Yeah.
69. It just isn't global 69.
Yeah.
It's not international. It's not,
Does it not
widespread.
actually say the International Weenie Rollers Operators Union?
But it's
or-
a local 69.
Oh yeah, maybe it doesn't say international. Yeah, the band or what is it? What is the?
69s are way too distracting. I don't
I
understand the
don't
big
know how
thing.
it works
Yeah.
either. Yeah, the Benevolent Order of Weenie Roller Operators. Okay.
MOWO.
There are a handful of Weenie Roller Operators Union T-shirts still available. If anyone wants them,
So if you have a junior high student
if you
that
have a
would like
junior
to
high
have a
student,
Weenie Roller
yeah,
Operators
let me
Union
know.
local 69
I'm not making
shirt.
more. Once they're gone, there will be no more made. So that pretty much wraps up that hour.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have fun today, Chris?
I really did.
I had
did
a lot of
too.
laughs. Mrs. Toast did. She
Yeah.
was. These two were just like yap, and I should have been doing something else while
For
they
the first
did the
time
podcast.
ever,
That
right?
you didn't
yeah.
dominate the episode.
Yeah.
I'd be more than happy.
Monkey
to not
brought
say
good
anything.
beer. He texted me and he's like, "Hey, what's your favorite beer?" And I was like, "Well, you're the one that hasn't been drinking a lot of beer. Why don't you pick?"
The monkey fell off the wagon.
And he said, "Yup."
Dale's pale ass tastes like ass.
Dale's
I like
pale
it,
ass
so-
tastes like ass.
It totally tastes like ass.
I
Well,
don't
it
think
says it in
does.
the name. She's all like Dale's pale ass tastes like ass. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
it's good, but so he brought that and
Worst live stream ever.
Yeah, that was fun. What worst live stream ever? Where does it say that?
No, I was just me.
This is one
I
of those
just said it.
conversations that you have with yourself.
I just said
huh?
it to myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Billy B on Blue says you guys make Sunday nights fun.
Fun
Thanks,
day.
guys.
Yeah, I think we. I
Thanks
think
to
we-
you, guy.
We have fun doing it. So.
Yeah, totally. So what's coming up this week, Chris? We've got painting. We've got the new what do you call it? Dirt box guitars. We're calling them that, dude.
We are,
I don't
yeah,
care.
it's a great name.
I think it's actually really funny.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a bunch of work to do on those. We've got wow, the cloud guitar has finish on
You
it.
should show everybody the cloud
Yeah, you
guitar.
should grab that and show it off.
Well,
And
maybe-
everyone can tell you what's wrong with the curves
Yeah,
and stuff.
that
It's
seems like a
fun.
really great
Okay, I'll
idea.
show you guys the cloud guitar real fast now that it has sealer on it, and you can tell me it's wrong. But this was an instrument that so yeah, this is the Prince cloud guitar. Now has finish on it. It's getting shiny. This is not the finish.
This is just
That's
sealer.
sealer.
This is just sealer,
like
but
grain
it will
filler and
look
stuff.
not unlike this
Yeah.
when done.
If we just put clear over it, it will look mostly like this.
Which I think would be just fine. What do you think?
I dig it. I like it a lot. I mean, it's lazy.
Yeah, somebody told me that it was the least creative and most lazy thing that I could do to make this guitar with just clear. And I'm like thinking, if you had any fucking idea at all what you were talking about this guitar and the word lazy, they would never be uttered at the same breath.
Or least creative. It's been painted almost every color.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
except this.
It's a
Yeah.
fucking scroll, for Christ's sake.
Oh, which is
Front and
also
back.
It's
wrong.
also wrong.
Yeah, I got that
yeah.
wrong according to some dude.
Because you don't know how things roll in a circle.
Well, mostly because I did all this by hand with a chisel. It's
And
not
it's
exactly
actually-
easy to do.
Well,
And
I
it's
don't know
actually
who said
pretty
that.
darn close,
I don't
depending
know.
on which one you look
Yeah.
at.
Don't know who said that, but I'd like to see what he did that was better.
Well, and the funny thing was that guy actually does make
But
or
I would
have
like to see
made
that he
Prince.
did it better.
Yeah, and that's fine. But yeah, I don't care. I made this for fun for me, and if people don't like it, they can
It's not
sit
for
on it
you.
and rotate.
It's not for you.
It's not for you. So anyway, this is what's going on with the Prince Cloud guitar, and it's funny. I had now that I have a whiteboard, one of the things that was a footnote on the whiteboard was
Why
Prince
is that-
Cloud
why is it gotta be
guitar.
about race.
It just does, dude. One of the things that was on there about the Prince Cloud guitar was, is this ever going to get finished? What's that?
Oh, nothing. I was doing inappropriate things off screen.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, to Chris?
Yeah.
That's not cool. What's that? What's up with that?
Relax.
I'm talking to you too, Chris. So anyway, that's what's going on with the Prince Cloud guitar, and it's funny, and yeah. So, what?
I'm just in a mood, and I want to read this.
Oh, you're okay.
comment.
Read it.
I want to read this comment from 436.
Go ahead, read it.
Funky Pat.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see them make a jazz box or something truly beautiful and complex.
Sorry, Funky Pat, if that is your real name.
Pay for it, and you can see it in
Sure.
no time.
Yeah, just start throwing hundreds at us.
We'll
be
tell
happy
you when to
let
stop.
We'll be happy to let you know when you can stop. So.
It's gonna be a few more. Oops, a few more.
So it's not going to be sparkle sparkle purple finished from.
No.
No.
No. Who wants to know that?
That was E-jar.
Oh. No, it's not. It's just going to be this because I think it's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
If
Because
you don't
you know
like
what?
maple, then you don't like maple. That's
This neck through doesn't look like weird against the rest of the body, but it's still distinctive and cool.
Yeah.
And you
It's
know,
neat.
you put some crap over. You know what? If it's fucked up and you can't fix it, you paint it red. And this is not fucked up, and it doesn't
yeah,
need fixing.
I like it. I think it's neat. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks everyone who was here in the
In the
audience
live studio
tonight.
audience, yay! Peanut
And,
gallery,
yeah.
Ontario.
Let's give it up for Joe and Grace
And Lance.
and
Not
some
you,
other
Lance.
dude
Not Lance, but yeah.
and Lance.
Yeah, Lance is here.
And they
too.
all kept it down. You only had to yell at him once.
Yeah. There's a lot of grab ass behind the camera.
I didn't know because Mrs. Toast's head is like right here.
My head is so tiny.
Yep.
But you know.
Everybody who I appreciate in the studio audience, take one step forward. Not you, Lance.
You're so easy to pick on. That's awesome. He takes
Yeah.
it well too. He's a good guy.
All right, everybody. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Sunday. We've got more videos coming your way this week. I don't know what they're going to be, but they're
Are we
going to
gonna
be cool.
finish any guitars?
Yeah, there's going to be a reveal video on Friday.
And the plywood guitar hasn't changed since you saw it last week.
Yeah, it has.
Oh, someone wants
but
to
it's
see
in
it.
it's in the
But
paint
it's-
booth.
yeah.
So, yeah.
When we go from woodwork to a long
Yeah.
blank space because of the paint
Finishing,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that we can't show. We can show it here, but and then reveal.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Ah.
yeah.
Chris Angel.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Oh, dude.
Whoa.
It's a miracle. You gotta do it behind your head.
This
That's
is about as magical as it was at Casa Bonita last week. All right, everybody. We'll see you next Sunday. Thanks for watching. Have a great week. And we will see you with more videos coming up this week. Let's call it a night. I'm getting tired.